Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. Got a video today from Darius M.
I heard a stat today that has really just got my wheels spinning. Have you guys heard that by the year 2030, nearly half of U.S. women aged 25 to 44 are predicted to be single and childless?
Yep.
I saw an article today that said David's Bridal is going to file for bankruptcy and going to lay off 9,000 of their 10,000 employees.
Damn, 9,000 out of 10,000?
I broke up with the guy that did nothing wrong. We had an amazing relationship. He did absolutely nothing wrong. He was amazing. He was perfect to me. He was so sweet. He was so understanding, so patient.
It's an evil world we live in.
You men are not gonna like me for saying this, but you know what?
I don't care.
America, I think it's time we form a state where only women can live. No men allowed.
Sure, you can do that. We don't mind relegating you type of women to your own little state or island.
If you're too clingy, fuck off. Like, I'll just air you.
He wants to treat you like shit.
Yeah.
My issue is that every time he's talking to me and giving me attention, I'm like, ew, this man is gross. And as soon as he walks away, I'm like, excuse me, I need attention. I'm in love with him. Like, what is wrong with me?
There's nothing
You guys are crazy.
really wrong with her. She's just a female, and this is how they think. This is how they operate. They cannot help it. If you stop giving women attention, if you go about your business, if you talking to other women, she's going to want you that much more. Think about it. All the women that you hooked up with in your entire life, how did you get them? You probably was like, hey, let's hang out, and she was on some flaky stuff, and you left her alone. She hit you up, and y'all end up hanging out. Women are attracted to men who are mysterious. This is how they are. They can't even help it. All the girlfriends you had, you probably weren't chasing them down. You probably were just doing your own thing, and they came around you, and they brought the idea up of wanting to be with you. Women only want you when you don't care.
I'm marrying for love, for true love. Don't do that. Don't marry for love. Marry for money. Okay, a Met Gala ticket is...
I really don't think very many people are actually marrying for love nowadays. I think money is the forefront for a lot of women.
$75,000.
What do you need to go to a Met Gala for?
True love can't buy you a Met Gala ticket. Marry for money.
David's Bridal will keep sending brides down the aisle in its gowns. The company, which claims to have dressed 70 million brides over its 70-year history, filed for bankruptcy in April. A judge today approved the sale.
Yes! Oh my God, I'm officially divorced! Yes!
You was just talking about this.
I'm officially primary custodian of the kids. What about the child support? That's it?
Guys, these women don't care about you.
Nope.
When they leave you, they're trying to get as much as they can. They're trying to take the kids. They're trying to be primary custodian. They're trying to get that child support. They get the alimony. They want the house. They want your savings. They want it all. This is why a lot of guys are saying, man, I ain't getting married. I'm staying single. Let's just have a casual situationships, because you lose so much. And all these women are in it for is the money.
True.
They don't care about a child having their father in their life. They only care about how much child support they're going to get and limiting your amount of time that you have with your kids.
Tony, that's crazy. Are you kidding me? That all of this financial burden with my children is on me?
But you were just so happy and excited about doing it.
What?
This is not fair.
My heart really does go out to the guys who are actually good, genuine people. Because y'all get played the most. But I promise you, these guys that are pulling these girls are not better than you. They just know how to play the game, and girls like the games, they like the chase, you know, whatever. They can't wrap their head around the fact that they're being played. But guess what?
True.
You're gonna win in the end, because as we get older, we realize we don't want to fix somebody. We don't want that. We want someone to take care of us, not the opposite.
They really think this is a flex.
There's a lot of women who want nice guys when they're all ran through, they're all used up, they've been smashed, they've been pumped and dumped, they've chased all the bad boys, and then they say, okay, I'm ready to settle down. I want you. Now it's your turn.
David's Bridal just filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. This is the second time. David's Bridal said it is looking to sell the company, but stores are open and fulfilling orders for brides without disruption. David's Bridal, one of the largest sellers of wedding gowns in the U.S., has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. The news comes just days after the formal wear store chain said it would be eliminating 9,236 positions across the United States.
If every body was $1, what can you buy with your body count?
What can I buy with $78? The thing is that body counts.
78 individuals. She looks like she's probably in her early 20s, mid 20s. It's like a college camp.
No, she looks like maybe late 20s, bro. Maybe face wise.
It's maybe, or maybe they're on a trip or something like that, a vacation. These chicks have been ran through. 78, and here's the thing: they'll meet you and say, "You gotta wait. We got to get to know each other." It's crazy, man. These chicks are getting ran through left and right, front and center.
It's like one of the things that men don't want to be is Boo Boo the Fool. And women really want to play men like we Boo Boo the Fool.
With a man, a body count is like, oh, like, yeah, you're a dog. But with a female, a body count is like, oh, she's a... What's the problem with me, dog, and people?
We're all addicted to something, right? Some people are addicted to food, other people are addicted to gaming, and I'm addicted to liking guys who don't give a fuck about me.
How long have y'all been together?
Women.
Years. Do y'all trust each other 100%? 100%. May we test the theory? Swap phones?
Yep.
Actually what? What's actually?
Why are you putting us on the spot like this?
I mean...
See, she's like, oh yeah, I'm down for, but oh man, I remember that guy I was texting. I remember that guy that's been flirting with me. I remember the DM. Oh, no, actually, no. These chicks, man, the phone is the gateway for women to cheat, to flirt, to get attention. You just being there and providing for them and being a good boyfriend or a husband is not good enough. I
mean, it's true. Back in the day, at least women had to put themselves out there in the world. Now they don't have to do any of that. Everything gets done on their phones, right? They don't have to go out. They can sit on their phones and get hollered at and all these things. It is a different world nowadays.
They crave the attention. It's like oxygen.
We gotta see if y'all like loyal, you feel me?
Well, no, actually, I need to read the fine print before I get...
What fine print?
What?
What's the fine print?
I don't know, you told me! You're putting me on the spot.
So are you willing to swap phones or no?
Oh my God, so you cheated on him? For what? He was always working. Yeah, you don't need that, sis. Date a bum. They're always available. Just get yourself a bum. Trust me, you'll be happier.
Pretty much. Those are the Chad Roans of the world. The Pookies.
It's sick, man. Why? This is why good quality men, high value men say, you know what, I'm done. Because if a bum has access to you, I mean, is it that easy? These chicks, they love these guys who have nothing because those dudes, they can control. Those bums, they need those women.
No, there's a few girls I know that have men that are pretty much Pookie type men. 6'2", don't really work, barely do anything. They get provided for by these women. And I tell them, you want these men, you don't qualify for high tier men anymore after letting these men do all these things to you.
They need a place to stay.
Oh, you won't believe what just happened at David's Bridal. You know, the place you'd go to like once in your life to get a wedding gown, or maybe a bridesmaid costume, if you will, because it's all an expensive, overpriced industry. Well, what's happening at David's Bridal? It just filed for bankruptcy for the second time. And now the company is hoping that just maybe they'll be allowed to go bankrupt and close all 300 of their stores.
So the growing trend on social media is all these women are looking for guys who are 6'5", blue eyes, and finance and have a trust fund. Women are always following, and their followers, they're programmed to do that. But this woman's going to break it down to you and let you know the small percentage of men who are actually in that sort of box.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for a man in finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes, finance.
Looking for a man in finance with with a trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes, Ryan. Can she do it? Let's look at the numbers. In the United States, there are 100 million men over the age of 18. That is about 48.2% of the population over 18 that are men. I want you to remember that number. Finance. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, about 7.6 million people work in finance and insurance. So what did I do?
Oh, that means that counts me then, because I do insurance. So I guess I'm part of finance. I just didn't realize that.
Of course, I went through every single
Or I never considered myself finance.
job title, and I narrowed it down to those just in finance. And it was about 3.6 million people working in finance. If we apply that same 48.2%, we come out to 1.7 million men working in finance. Trust fund. Only 1.2% of Americans have a trust fund. So unfortunately, that narrows us down to just 21,000 men in America.
Ooh, get close.
But here's the real problem, Ryan. 6'5". Do you know how
That is a
tall
crazy height. At least 6 foot is somewhat attainable, but 6'5", holy cow.
That's tall.
It's crazy tall.
That's crazy
How many people
tall.
are 6'5"?
No, in fact, only 0.1% of men are 6'5"
0.1.
above in the United
Damn,
States.
not
This is
even a
real
percent.
killer one, because now we're down to only 21 men in the United States.
Getting slim.
For our girl on couch, blue eyes. It's good for her because there's more men in the United States with blue eyes than other parts of the world. So we're at 27% have blue eyes, but that narrows us down to just 6 men. 6 men in finance with a trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes, but we're not done, unfortunately.
Because it has to be
We're not
married,
done.
right?
Keep listening.
Because what about if they're available? We
Yep.
know that 29% of working men are single, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And that brings us to a final count for our girl on couch of 2 men in the United States for her. How do we find these men, Ryan?
Both of them.
What men? It's 2 men. Like, I'm not even gonna say men unless it's 2 mans. That's it. Like, there's not many.
Find both of them.
There's only 2.
Get ready with me at 6 a.m. for work. I just got to a text. I was sleeping and then I woke up and I had a text. And he said he can't be with me anymore because he has to go to Spain to play soccer.
He has to
hear
go to
what she's
Spain to
saying.
play soccer. That's the only reason why she's crying. Because clearly he has some status, he's able to travel, and he has some resources, some money. You know, overseas, they view soccer as a big thing, and they are ready to pay out. They pay you a lot of money. So this is why she's frustrated, because she's not going to be able to live her fairy tale dream.
And he said that, and he said, I'm sorry, I love you. And then he unadded me. I thought it was like finally my turn. I got a phone call from my boss and she goes, we need help. And I said, with what? She goes, TikToks. And I go, for what? And she goes, David's Bridal TikToks. And I go, why the f*** would I be making a David's Bridal TikToks? She goes, to help people for their closing. And I went, David's Bridal is closing? Today, I walked away from my marriage and I left my husband. Not everything you see on social media is the truth. And it's been a really long, hard battle of trying to make things work. And I can only take so much emotional and verbal and psychological neglect.
Neglect, guys. Neglect is what she didn't use abuse this time. Neglect. So the guy was just too busy to give her all the attention she needed.
That I have to start thinking about my future child and protecting her as well. And as much as it hurts, it was for the best.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And obviously, I'm really, really upset that things turned out this way.
Are you really? Because you're the one that made it turn out.
A few moments later.
Since leaving my husband pregnant, I have been an emotional mess. I'm trying to stay positive and trying to not stress for the protection of my pregnancy and baby. I'm not gonna lie, it's been really hard.
probably shouldn't have divorced then if that was the priority of your baby.
I have received a lot of hate and a lot of judgment over my decision to leave.
The society we're creating right now, more and more men don't want to get married. And I get why. There is almost zero upside for men getting married. This isn't me saying that men shouldn't get married, or women, but think about what society is telling men about what being a man is. Tell about society is fucking men hardcore for getting married. If you get married and you get divorced, a woman takes 50% of whatever you have. 80% of relationships, the man is the biggest provider. So that's a big fuck right off the bat.
Yeah.
What are you getting in exchange for that? Second, if you have kids with her, you're fucked, because the government doesn't think that you deserve shit. So even good dads who try to stay in the kid's life are fucked.
Again, I'm in the same boat as him. I wish you guys want families, but I understand 100% why you guys don't. And I don't push you, and I try a little bit. I do a little bit of pushing. I'm not gonna say I don't push. But, you know, I also want you guys to protect yourselves, to live good lives, to be good men. Good men, and again, provide value for the people around you and the people you care about. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And I appreciate it.